Today, we're talking Heroquest on the CanGeek YouTube channel. Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Scott here from CanGeek Games and Collectibles. Welcome to the CanGeek Games and Collectibles YouTube channel and to the CanGeek Facebook page. Now, if you've been following us on social media, then over the last couple of weeks, you've seen a few posts popping up about a game called Heroquest. And ahead of a pending announcement that's due to be made tomorrow, I wanted to show everybody what Heroquest is, more specifically for those of you who may not be familiar with this game. And then after that, I want to offer up a few opinions or suggestions about the announcement that will be made tomorrow morning. So to begin with, let's take a look at what Heroquest is by looking at what's inside that box. Released in 1989, Heroquest is a 5-player game published in partnership between Milton Bradley and Games Workshop, and meant to capitalize on the overwhelming success of the Dungeons and Dragons franchise. In Heroquest, 4 of the 5 players assume the roles of the barbarian, the wizard, the elf, and the dwarf. Right there. These brave adventurers have been sent on missions by the Empire to do battle against the evil wizard Zargon. Every mission involves them entering a dungeon or a catacomb to achieve certain goals such as retrieving magical items, captured prisoners, so on and so forth. The 5th player assumes the role of the evil wizard Zargon, or in this particular case, the Game Master. Zargon is provided with the quest book, and in the quest book, depending on which quest you're playing, Zargon is told where to set traps in the dungeon, where to place monsters, where the furniture is laid out in the game, hidden passages, whatever you can think of what you would expect in a dungeon crawl setting. These represent some of the many minions and monsters that Zargon has at his disposal to unleash on our unexpected adventurers. And while the barbarian may be the muscle of the party, it takes more than sheer brawn to win against Zargon. With that in mind, the wizard and the elf possess certain magical abilities that can be used during gameplay. At the beginning of the game, the elf is presented with the ability to pick one set of spells based on 4 elements. So you have water, you have air, you have fire, and you have earth. And then the wizard claims the other 3 sets of spells, and they can be unleashed throughout the game. Now, as we began by saying, Zargon is an evil wizard, so of course, beyond controlling the conditions of the dungeon and the monsters that roam it, Zargon also has access to his own spells, referred to as chaos spells, which can also be played at certain points throughout the game. On the subject of movement and combat, movement throughout the dungeon for the players is determined by the roll of 2d6, where combat is determined by rolling special combat dice, which are included with Heroquest. Player characters track quests completed, damage taken, attack dice, defense dice, hit points, and things like that on their character sheets. And what they are entitled to is determined by their reference cards. As you can see, the wizard begins the game with 1 attack dice, 2 defense dice, 4 body points, and 6 mind points. Whereas on the other end of the equation, the barbarian begins the game with 3 attack dice, 2 defense dice, 8 body points or hit points, and 2 mind points, meaning that where the wizard is less susceptible to attacks of the mental kind, the barbarian is extremely susceptible to those types of attacks. And we'll also give you a quick look at the dwarf and the elf. Now, players are also presented with reference cards of the various monsters that they may encounter in the dungeons they enter, as a means of making decisions based on who should attack what and what they should attack them with. On the subject of reference, the Game Master, who plays as Zargon, has a reference screen in which they conduct their business from behind. This is the front of the reference screen. And this is the back of the reference screen. As players complete quests, they are given the opportunity to find various treasures in the dungeons that they're roaming through. These treasures can be added to their character sheet for use in later quests, or sold and used to purchase more advanced weapons from the store. And like all good dungeon crawls, players are also given the opportunity to acquire rare artifacts as they are roaming through the dungeon. And this is a quick look at the Heroquest store and the things that you can acquire as you gain more gold and advance the weapons that you're able to carry. Alright, so now that you have a better understanding of what Heroquest is, let's talk about tomorrow's announcement and how games like these will have an impact on the importance of tomorrow's announcement. So Heroquest is 31 years old at this point, but make no mistake about it, the game may be old, but it still has a very loyal following behind it. Although the game ceased production in the mid-1990s, online communities such as Ye Olde Inn have done their part in keeping the Heroquest legacy alive, with fans from around the world offering up custom-made quests and other recommendations to keep the Heroquest gaming experience fresh and, more importantly, difficult for players that have been playing the game over the course of the last 31 years. Now, with the announcement from Hasbro that a new Heroquest IP is on its way, it's left many fans to wonder whether it will be another board game, a video game, or potentially a card game. Regardless of what it is, one thing is for sure, Hasbro has some very big shoes to fill, and all of the things that provided Heroquest with an advantage back in 1989 could become distinct disadvantages for the game in 2020. In 1989, Heroquest was one of the only games of its kind that presented its players with a dungeon crawling experience without the requirements to roleplay. Over the course of the last 30 years, games like Castle Ravenloft and Descent: Journey into Darkness have filled the void that was left with Heroquest's departure. So regardless of what Hasbro announces tomorrow, one thing is for sure, it needs to be something that lives up to the original Heroquest legacy and leaves fans wanting more. So we'd be interested in hearing what you think this announcement could be. Please leave us a comment down below. Let us know what you think is coming. Will it be a board game, a video game, a card game? Could it be a hard re-release of the original Heroquest? Could it be a definitive edition with new miniatures and new quests? This is an exciting time if you're a Heroquest fan, and we really want to hear what you have to say. Anyways, in the meantime, thanks very much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel or hit that follow button on Facebook. In the meantime, with bated anticipation, thanks for watching, and ciao for now.